Welcome to azxp. I'm Mike, if you're new to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about my Grizzly cooler. So here in Arizona, everybody likes cold soda, cold beer, right? I do have a fridge that I use when I go camping, but sometimes when I do overnighters I want to bring the cooler. The problem with the cooler is the same problem as everybody has. Nobody likes their food swimming in water. So what I want to do is test out using my cooler without using ice. So I froze some bottle of water and we're gonna throw some cans of soda and maybe a bottle of beer and see how long it can stay cool in this cooler in Arizona in late summer. So we're gonna start by pre-cooling our cooler with some ice for 24 hours. We're gonna pull out the ice maker. All right, we're gonna fill up the cooler with ice from our ice maker. Okay, we're about half full of ice. We're gonna let this sit inside the air conditioning house for 24 hours. And then we're gonna dump it and we're gonna fill the bottom with frozen ice bottles and then we'll stick it outside. Right now we're in late September and it's supposed to get up to 111 degrees today. So we'll put it in the shade on the back porch and see how many days we can keep cold beer and soda in the cooler. I'm hoping for at least a weekend, like 2 days. But hang with me and we'll see what happens. Okay, I let it pre-chill for 24 hours and now we're gonna throw in our water bottles and some soda and beer and see how that goes. All right, let's measure the temperature inside. All right, I'm not sure if you can read that, but it says 43, 44, 45 degrees. We're gonna load it up with some frozen water bottles and some sodas and maybe some food and see how long it'll stay. The temperature is supposed to be 111 today and 114 tomorrow here in Arizona. So I'm gonna keep it in the shade for the next 2 days and see what happens. We'll come out every 24 hours and see how long it'll keep our food cold. Alright, it's 3:30 in the afternoon and it is 108 degrees out and the top of my cooler, I don't know if you can read that, but it says 132, 133. I hope it's cold inside. I'm not going to open it up to find out. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Okay, it's 24 hours later and let's check it out and see where we're at. I'm going to use this to measure temperature. I don't know how accurate it is. Sometimes it seems accurate, sometimes it doesn't, but we'll compare soda beer can out of the cooler with one inside the fridge and we'll check to see consistency anyway, even if it's not accurate. I do have a thermometer inside, so let's check that. Also, it's 111 degrees out, so we're gonna try and do this pretty quick because I don't want to keep this open any more than I have to. And I'm probably gonna take a soda out to simulate like when we're camping and somebody opens it up to grab a soda. So check it out. It still feels cold inside, Let's check out a soda. The can feels cold, but I think the outside temperature is killing my thermometer because it says it's 73 degrees, but there's no way, it's still drinkable. But this was completely frozen solid yesterday. It is cold and there's a tiny piece of ice in it, but it's pretty much thawed. Let's check out the beer can. Yeah, it says 101, but like I said, it's 111 outside right now. The beer bottle says 65. So here's a water bottle that was in the bottom. It still has a pretty good healthy chunk of ice in it. So here's the thermometer. It says 56 degrees. While it's cool inside the cooler, I don't think I would keep food in there without ice. I think the ice bottles work okay, and like I said, it feels pretty cool, but I mean, this is overnight on a pre-cooled cooler, and I know that it's extreme weather. You're not going to camp out in this, but I mean, I think this would be good for a day trip here in Arizona, maybe overnight. But I probably keep my refrigerator for keeping my food cold and just use this for drinks. But you know what? We'll let it go another night. My thermometer's warming up because it is 111 out. So I'm going to shut this. We're going to grab a soda. I'm going to shut this. And we'll let it go one more night. I do think it's cold enough to drink, but I'm betting it's about 50 degrees in reality. I'm gonna go shoot a can right out of the fridge and see what it says. Come on, I'll take you with me. Alright, let's try it inside. Let's see if I can do this where you can see it. Alright, so that says 72. Let me grab one out of the fridge. Yeah, this one is noticeably cooler, but still I think the other one is still drinkable. But let's see what this one says. Yeah, this one says 63. Can you read that? So it's about 7 degrees colder. So I do think that other cooler is good for an overnight trip if you don't want to use ice and you just have 3-4 frozen water bottles. So those water bottles are definitely cold enough to drink. The soda is definitely cold enough to drink. The beer is definitely cold enough to drink, but it's not quite as cold as coming out of the fridge 24 hours. But again, don't forget, it was 111 degrees, so I mean, I'm asking a lot of this cooler. But I'm gonna let it go another 24 hours. We'll check it tomorrow at the same time and see if it's still drinkable. That'd be great if I could get a whole weekend. Alright guys, we're here for the second day. Let's see where we're at. It is, according to this thermometer, it says 63 degrees. Let's see if you can see that. It's 63 degrees inside. I can still feel coldness. None of the water has any ice in it, but this one on the very bottom is still cold to the touch. I think it's drinkable. The sodas are still cold. The beer's not super cold, but it's cold. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut this back down. All right, now it's 111 degrees out, and the reason why I did this experiment was here in Arizona, I just wanted to know what it was like under extreme heat. Obviously, I'm not gonna go camping in 111 degrees, but if I still have cold drinks at 111 degrees on the second day, when it's still like 80, 90 degrees, I probably could get another day out of it. And I also wanted to see what the difference would be between ice and no ice. I think if you're just going for the weekend, you would be fine with no ice. I think it would last a little bit longer because with ice, because you could get more ice in the cooler without taking up so much space. I think, you know, the frozen water bottles take up too much space. You can't really add as much stuff in it. But on the other hand, if you're just going out a couple days, you could probably put drinks and food in there and still have enough room. Whereas if it was just drinks, I would probably just throw some ice in there. But I'm pretty happy with the results. I mean, seriously, 111 degrees lasted 2 days. I could still drink that stuff even though the water's melted. It's still cold in there. I don't think it'll go another day, but just to let you know, this is a Grizzly 20-liter cooler. I hope this helps, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.